Wait a damn minute, something's wrong here.
More! More!
But wait! There's more! What?
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll talk about the new weapon classifications as well as why you might be having problems breaking parts from behemoths you're hunting. With the launch of Awakening, our weapons got reclassified into three main categories. Those categories are slashing, crushing, and piercing. I will say I think there is a bonus category, and those are weapons that can cross over to another category by utilizing either their light, their heavy attack, or their special ability. Slashing weapons are those that can easily break tails and legs, but does not do well in breaking tusks or horns. Our current slashing weapons are swords, axes, and chain blades. Crushing weapons are those that are great at breaking horns and tusks, but will not be able to break tails. Our current crushing weapons are going to be hammers and strikers. Piercing weapons are great at doing wound damage and opening wounds, and depending on which one of its attacks you utilize, can cross into doing crushing damage or slashing damage, thus breaking all parts on the behemoths as well. Our current piercing weapons are going to be repeaters and the war pike. Our mixed weapon category includes weapons that can do damage in different categories by switching between their light, their heavy, or legendary abilities. Let's go take a look at our slashing weapons. If you're on the hunt for specific behemoth parts that are the legs or tail, then slashing weapons are going to be your weapon of choice. These weapons are amazing at breaking legs and tails, but again, if you need behemoth tusks or horns, then these are not going to be the weapons that are going to yield you that result. Next, we'll take a look at our crushing weapons. If you are looking for weapons to bludgeon behemoths into submission and break those valuable tusks or horns, then these are going to be the weapons of choice. These weapons are also amazing at keeping behemoths down, as they do pretty good stagger damage as well. They are very good at breaking horns and other body parts with the exception of tails. If you want to quickly kill a behemoth without breaking any of its parts, then you might want to use one of these crushing weapons and just primarily focus the tail. The behemoth will die without any of the parts breaking, since these weapons do not break tails. Now let's take a look at our piercing weapons. As I mentioned before, these weapons are primarily for opening wounds, but they do pretty good all around, as different attacks can yield different results. For example, utilizing your mag bombs on Twin Suns will shatter parts regardless of whether those parts required crushing or slashing damage. Likewise, using your heavy attack on your war pike can do both slashing and crushing damage, breaking any parts on the behemoths. Okay, now let's talk about weapons that can cross over into different categorizations. In this example, we'll look at the chain blades that are primarily a slashing weapon. However, utilizing chain blades heavy attack will also do wound damage, thus moving it over into the piercing category. War pike is primarily a piercing weapon, but as you are utilizing its heavy attack, it will be doing slashing damage versus piercing damage. If you're looking to do other type damage such as stagger, we already mentioned crushing weapons being the best weapons for that. But again, chain blade is another weapon that can do pretty good stagger damage, as well as your grim onslaught or your relentless onslaught from your axe. As usual, if you find this information helpful, consider dropping a like on the video for me, subscribing since it's free, and turning on your notifications so you know when I post new videos. So with that information in hand, what is the best build combination? Well, I personally recommend running a mix of a slashing and a crushing weapon, or a crushing and a piercing weapon. This will ensure that you have your bases covered as it relates to breaking all parts in the behemoths, and a lot of these build combinations are a lot of fun to play. My personal favorite is running an axe and a hammer, and even though these are two slower weapons to play, you can have a lot of fun as they do a lot of damage. If you can't find a good mix of these weapon categories to run, then your Omnicell can close the gap for you. Omnicells are great to use at certain times when you're hunting for parts, as they ignore the need for having crushing or slashing damage on behemoth parts. Omnicells like Bastion, Iceborne, and Revenant are particularly good with proper timing. Lastly, let's talk a little bit about weapon talents. When unlocking weapon talents, it is important to know that you do not have to unlock them in sequential order. I've seen many people unlocking talents and unlocking column 1, then column 2, then column 3, and so on and so forth. This is extremely limiting and will make you use far more resources to unlock the talents that you actually need than is actually necessary. When you are unlocking talents, you can unlock any talent in any order that you so desire. What is most important is that you read what the talent does and ensure that you want that in your build. You can go your entire Dauntless career unlocking only 3 talents on each line without unlocking talent 4 and 5 ever unless you want those talents somehow in some build. With talent 4 and 5 being kind of expensive to unlock, this will save you a ton of resources. I do hope you found this video helpful, and if you want to see some more of my Dauntless shenanigans, you can continue to the end of this video to include my biggest hit since the Dauntless Awakening update. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care, stay safe, be well, love y'all.
You can do this with Torque too, I assume.
Yay! Yeah, you can do this with all. You can do this with all of them.
No, I don't think you can do the tracks.
Oh yeah. I mean, off to the side before you trigger it, I think you can before it starts moving.
No, because he spawns the moment you land, I believe. We have to check it. 120 coins.